Hi, welcome to the Crafts channel. My name's Corinne Brad and today I want to show you how to make a beautiful poinsettia project using the Brother Scan and Cut SDX 1200. It's one of those projects that once you start cutting out your flower shapes, you think, oh, I could do this and I could do that. So originally it started out as a wreath, quite a nice modern wreath. And if you look back in our previous videos, I've shown you how to make a very simple wreath base. You can also make a very simple wreath base by cutting concentric circles out of cardboard with the SDX 1200. I have some here and I'll show you how to assemble them in a minute. But then, as I say, once you've cut all your flower shapes out, you can then use them as decorative toppers for presents. You can use them on greetings cards and just fill your home. Because there's something quite sweet about this flower, is they are predominantly red and green, but you do get varieties with bits of pink and bits of brighter green, and it's a little bit odd. It's not a standard symmetrical flower, so you can really go to town on it. So what I'll do is we'll get started cutting out some flower shapes. You need your sticky mat, like so. Remove the acetate sheet and keep hold of your acetate sheet because it's great for storage. It stops all that fluff sticking to your mat. And if, like me, you've got pets in the house, that's a godsend. And this is a sheet of 12 by 12, sort of red coral coloured textured card. And I'm just going to fix this to the mat and smooth it down. You don't need to really push it down unless you've used your mat multiple times. I'm not even going to smooth this bit down because I'm not cutting on this section. But I'm going to leave this to cut the pre-loaded flower designs, and it will just hum along in the background while I show you how to assemble the wreath. Feed it in, tell it it's okay, select cut instead of draw, and then just start. And what the blade does on the SDX 1200 is it's got an automatic blade adjustment, which is great. You don't have to worry about it. It measures where the mat is, it measures where your material is, it tells itself how deep it needs to cut. So going back to the wreath base, I have cut concentric circles previously from green card and from old cereal packets. And I'm going to use the outer rings of all of them. And you simply layer them up and glue them together. And with cereal packets, if you find that you have a fold line when you've opened them up, don't worry too much. Just make sure that your next fold line isn't in the same place. So it provides a sturdy base. And then what you can either do is you can wrap your wreath base with ribbon, with strips of paper, with strips of tape like I have done on this one. This is a nice pink crepe tape. Crepe tape? Or you can just cover with a sheet or a concentric circle cut from coloured cardstock, which is what I've done here. So we'll put that to one side. I've got a selection of petals that I've cut earlier. And what we'll do is there's a template in the description below that you can scan into your machine. You can download it or you can print it out, scan it into your machine and then resize it and arrange it just as you want to. But I'd recommend that you start with the largest size in a green for the background. And that's still cutting, so I'll use a pre-cut one. Flip it over to the non-textured side. Put your glasses on so you know what you're doing. And just use a ball-ended tool to score out on the wrong side from the middle of the design to the point on the leaf. And then you can simply crease these on that score line. Crease that very badly, not on the score line at all. Oh, thank you. It's just told me it's finished. Let's just crease these while I think of it. And the simple act of just creasing these leaves or petals up is it will give you a gentle three-dimensional effect that can then flatten out for storage after Christmas. So now that has cut, we just OK and remove it from the machine. And then just carefully peel away your background pieces. And the reason I didn't cut this sheet of card in the first place is because, as you know, I don't like waste. And I had arranged these flowers on here as tightly together as I could do to make sure I could get as many out of one piece of card. And what it has done is it's given me almost the same again. If I want to cut from the other side, I might just have to move that one there and that one there. But as you can see, I mean, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 flower shapes out of just over half a sheet of card. Pop that there. You've got your flower shapes here on your mat. And the easiest way to take them off without damaging them is just to slip your scalpel underneath 2 of the petals and lift up the other 3 like this. Oh, it's me trying to do it in a hurry. I have just damaged a petal. But we'll use that on a lower layer and it won't be seen. And then just replace the acetate sheet on top before you forget. Let's pop that over there. Oh, to help if you didn't leave your spatula in a foolish place and you actually put it in the accessory drawer that's provided on the tray of the Scan and Cut. So we will just take some more leaf shapes, petal shapes, whatever you wish to call them, in decreasing sizes. I've also got a couple here that I've used in a previous project where I've cut the leaves apart because I've wanted to just have one little odd pink leaf or one little odd green leaf. So bear with me while I just score these. And the best way to layer them up is with a sticky dot, because then you don't have to wait for your glue to dry before you can put the next one on. Let's just pop a couple of random pink petals in there. Put one here. There. Oh, I didn't even manage to pick up a sticky dot that time. And as I say, because no poinsettia seems to be the same, there's no set order to how you arrange your petals, other than the majority of the green ones will be at the bottom and the majority of the red ones will be at the top. But you can also just pop a couple of random green quite close to the top. If you do this on your wreath and your friends come around and say, well, that doesn't look like a poinsettia, or I've never seen a pink one, then I think I may have said this before, get new friends. And we just do the final bit of scoring. If you don't have a ball-ended tool, you can use like an old run-out biro, or even the edge of your thumbnail if they're long enough. So pop that in there, build up your flower, and then just to finish it off, also on the template that we have for you to download, there is these flower centres. And you can see the detail. I don't know if you can see the overhead camera. You can see how easily they have been cut out on the Scan and Cut. Just use your ball-ended tool again to make them into a cup shape. And then I would recommend that you use a tacky glue. Oh, not quite that much tacky glue. Let's redistribute that onto the other one. To just fix them in the centre. Because I didn't know these yellow pieces are actually the flower of the poinsettia. I always assumed they were a stamen, like an ordinary flower. But these are all just leaves. They're just different coloured leaves. So once you've done that, you can take your wreath base and you can place your poinsettia around the wreath base, like I have here. And because this is a wreath that it's quite a modern design, so you've got more design on one side than the other, what you will find is when you hang it up with a hanging ribbon, it might automatically try and spin round so that the weightier bit is at the bottom. The best way to counteract this is just by sticking a coin on the opposite side to counterbalance it so that it hangs straight even though all the weight's on one side. So I hope you enjoyed that demonstration. I hope that's another great wreath and Christmas decoration idea for you. As I say, they're not just confined to wreaths. They do make great cards, and they are very easy to get multiple amounts of cut-out designs from the Brother Scan and Cut SGX 1200 in a minimum of fuss. You know, you can set it to cut while you go and make a cup of coffee, come back, everything's ready for you to start. We will see you again very, very soon. I'm sure we've got some more Christmas ideas coming up for you. In the meantime, keep safe, and thank you very much for watching. If you've been inspired to create, please share your makes with us in the comments section below. And if you've enjoyed videos by the Crafts channel, hit the like button. Want to see more of us? Then click subscribe. See you next time.